It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. We got another Australian craft beer to show you today. But I'm going to start off with saying, in my insulated jacket, I wish I was in Australia right now. It is absolutely freezing here this morning. There's snow melting off the rooftops. It's all melting onto my glass roof. You might hear the tapping. But yeah, it's cold this morning. Feet are cold, hands are cold. Got to have the back door open for a little bit of... it echoes if I don't have the door open, so I've got to have the door open. We're not far from spring. We really aren't now. I think we're starting to head towards the end of January. And I always think if you can get to the end of January, then generally you've made it. That's my kind of view of winter in the UK. But boy, would I love to trade places with Trav, who was the lovely person who sent me today's beer. Would I trade places with Trav today? Absolutely would I. This is a beer, an Australian beer. It's by Black Hops Brewery and Rocky Ridge Brewing Company, and it's called Hop Swap. It's a cross-continental IPA at 6.8% ABV in a 375 milliliter can. What does that all mean? Well, I don't know, to be honest with you. I've not read the back of the can. I've not done any Googling. I think it's better if I go into the beer review blind, not knowing anything about the beer. Otherwise, you're just standing here reading off the back of the can and reading what the brewer wants you to know. I'd rather let my own mind give me direction on the beer that I'm drinking. Right, so with that said, a little bit of smoke on the can opening. There's an etching on the glass. You can see the etching there. So it might produce a lot of carbonation, this glass. Then again, it might not. But yeah, you can see it's probably a little bit more lively than it probably wants to be. If I poured that and that was a lager, that would be foaming everywhere now. That would be like a fountain. Like me 20 years ago. I shouldn't have said that. 1 or 2 finger, white head, good levels of carbonation, rolling off the side of the glass. You can see that etching, you can see that carbonation there. It's a golden amber coloured beer. Beautiful looking, a little bit of haze going on. That head retention staying there. Let's get the aroma on the beer then. Oh, tropical tart like. Jammy, there's a little bit of sweetness coming through. It kind of reminds me of an American craft beer where you have that amber colour and that kind of, if you like, that amber sweetness that comes with it. But there is a lot of lime, there is a lot of grapefruit, there is a lot of lemon, like lemon peel. Passion fruit and mango. It smells really, really good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, wow. That is really good. Really good. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. It's malty. I'm not going to get away from the fact that it's malty. I picked up the malt in the aroma. There was a level of sweetness in the aroma that kind of pushed me towards this being a bit of a malty beast. A bit of a malty beast. And it is. I don't mind a beer being a malty beast because, well, it's probably one of the biggest parts of the ingredient bill is, of course, water first, then probably malt. So you're going to get that biscuitiness, you're going to get that sweetness coming through. But then again, you're getting that grapefruit, that passion fruit, that mango, that orange peel, that fleshy blood orange. There's lots going on here. Lots going on. There is what I want to mention next, though, is, and here lies the problem with this etched glass. Now, I just reviewed a lager. A lot of you know. There was I reviewed a doner kebab pizza the other day, and I was a bit kind of like a little bit merry while I was reviewing this doner kebab pizza, and I knew I was in for a little bit of stick, but I never thought it would be like a comment thread, 30 comment long bit of stick. But to be honest with you, there's always somebody, and I'm going to put my thumbs up to the somebody who sticks up for me here. And in that Iceland doner kebab pizza video, I was a little bit 3 sheets to the wind. And somebody jumped to my defence. Somebody went, the guy's an alcoholic, he's drinking at 9 o'clock in the morning. But it was funny because I was reading the comments on that video last night, and I was perfectly sober last night because I do all my reviewing, I do all my drinking in the morning, so that by the time I go to bed, I'm not taking a bag full of beer to bed with me, like a bladder full of beer. There's so much kind of, I like to drink, don't get me wrong, I love to drink. I love to drink on the weekend. Afternoons, evenings on the weekend is great. But then during the week, my schedule is I drink in the morning, I pee it all out during the day, I sober up during the day, wife comes in from work, we have a nice evening together. It's called that kind of, like, as soon as she's going through the door, and I don't mind saying this, as soon as she's walking out that front door, I'm walking into my bar and I'm reviewing beer. She goes to work, she does her job, I come to this bar and I do my job. I see it as. So everything's normal by the end of the night. I'm not getting up 4 times in the night for a wee. I'm not going to bed dizzy. I'm not going to bed with a bag full of urine in my bladder. It's a really decent lifestyle change. This last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years maybe, since I've been reviewing beer in this very bar or kitchen in the mornings, it's changed my life. But what I do is I do the beers first and then I do the food after. So you might see me doing a food review. I might be a bit like, oh God, I gotta eat this doner kebab pizza now. If I'm gonna eat a doner kebab pizza, I might as well do it half cut, hadn't I? Because I'm not gonna eat that damn thing sober. Anyway, back to the beer. It's tropical, it's lovely. But what do the brewers mean by hop swap even, and a cross-continental IPA? Inspired by a recent black hops trip to WA, maybe that's Washington, and some generous busso hospitality, from the Rocky Ridge crew. WA, Western Australia maybe. We decided to bring back the hop swap concept, our most popular limited release in 2021, when we collaborated with Behemoth Brewing in New Zealand. I thought it was going to be a New Zealand thing. The idea of hop swap is simple. We choose one of our favourite hops and we swap it with a like-minded brewery to create a fun collaboration. Perfect. This release, dubbed a cross-continental IPA, brings a slightly East Coast, slightly West Coast IPA, taking the low bitterness and big fruit aromas from the East Coast style and the clarity and appearance from the West Coast IPA. That's why it's dark. That's why it's dark, because it's got that kind of, like, they call it clarity, but it's more of an amber colour I see whenever I see a West Coast IPA. Certainly an American West Coast IPA, I see that kind of amber colour. But it's a nice beer, 375ml can, 6.8% ABV, independent craft brewery there, black hops in Australia. I'm going to rate this. It looks good, it smells good, and it tastes good. I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. It's a decent beer. It's a 9 out of 10. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.